Once you have your assignment all set up and you save it, then you're going to see the ability to add a rubric. So that's when then you see this button right here that says plus rubric. So this is what our rubric interface looks like. I know that D2L has rubrics. They will not be part of your course import. So Canvas doesn't know what to do with them. So they aren't going to come over into your Canvas library of rubrics. So you will have to rebuild them one time. But once you've built your rubric into any one of your courses, it's going to become a part of your rubric library. So then you're just going to be able to click on Find a Rubric. And any that you've built have been in here, and you could either make a copy or reuse it. So we just have to put it in one time. The rubric interface always looks like this. It just starts with 1 criteria and 2 ratings. You're just going to look for the pencils to put in what you want your criteria to read. And these windows will expand to be as large as you need them to be. I've seen some really giant Canvas rubrics, especially for nursing programs. I don't know why those have always been the biggest ones I've seen, but they have some pretty involved rubrics that they build. It always just starts with 2 ratings, but you can always add more in just by clicking on that plus button in there. And you can adjust the point value and things in there. You can also, if you don't want to grade on a straight rating, there's the ability for you to enable this point range. So you could, when you're using this to grade, you could select between 5 and 3, and then it's going to ask you to put the point value in the right-hand column. So some people would rather use the rubric that way. This doesn't have to be 5 points. This can be whatever you want. It's going to try, when you give it a point value, to distribute those points across your ratings, but you can always adjust that however you want that to look. You're just looking for those pencils to give it an update. And then if you don't want one of those, you just hit the trash can. When you go to add a second criterion, it's going to ask you if you want to just build it from scratch or if you wanted to duplicate it. A lot of people like to do that because then you get, your almost same row just duplicated, and then you can edit what the descriptions of those are. You have some options down here for your rubric. You can click I'll write freeform comments when assessing students. In that case, they'll just see the criterion, but you're going to type in here whatever you want that to say for the ratings, and then you're going to hand put in the point value. If you want to be able to use your rubric the way I showed you, where you're clicking on the rating and it's tallying up your points, then you're going to want to select the box that says use this rubric for assignment grading. And always be sure to give your rubric a title, or else all of your rubrics are going to be called some rubric, and then you're not going to be able to tell which one is which one's which. So that's probably my biggest thing with a rubric. That, and you want to click use this rubric for assignment grading.
Can you do both? Write freeform comments?
Oops. Yep. You can. So I'm going to click Update Rubric. It's going to show me what my rubric looks like. This is now a part of my rubric library. I'm going to be able to use it not only just here, but across all of my courses. If you ever click Find a Rubric and it's one you've used before and you want to slightly change it, it's actually going to make a copy of it for you. So just give it a new name and you can then adjust it. Questions about the assignment or about the rubric?